It says, July 18th, 1963, to whom it may concern, I have information that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. Signed, John F. Kennedy. Okay. Hey, now, here we go. Another edition of Over the Line, baby. Yes.
Yep.
What's wrong, John Bird?
I'm in a contemplative mood today. I'm thinking about life. I'm thinking about my mortality, how few years I have left, yet how fortunate I've been to have been on this planet for 61 years.
You've lived a life. There's no doubt.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Really have.
And let me tell you something. I wish I'd lived more of my life with you guys. But you would have been a kid.
Yeah,
it would have been weird.
It would have been
so,
weird.
I mean, you know.
You'd have been
anyway,
on
I just wanted to.
the Chris Hansen TV show.
Yeah, I know. Let's not go there.
Brings the pizza and everything.
Yeah, no. I'm being contemplative, and you guys are like making me out like a.
Well, if you were 31, I would have been 9. And so that would have put me 8 at 30. Yeah, that'd been kind of weird.
Yeah, I guess probably about now, maybe 5 years earlier may have been like the perfect alignment.
But you're like a kid at heart, so
Yeah,
I mean,
I am.
You're not like creepy with kids. You're like fun with kids.
Exactly. I understand them.
Yes,
Because my brain never developed past the age of 13.
Yeah, Bert will never get a table for one at Chuck E. Cheese.
No, never. Never.
No.
So, Jfk Files, we have patiently waited on that and still got nothing.
It's going to be released while we're talking right now.
There's nobody more upset about this than Tony Gump because it was... You know, I mean, even during the radio show, like, I'm sitting on pins and needles waiting for this thing to drop and to have to, you know, oh, wait.
What? No.
Hold on.
Oh, my God.
This says...
Didn't I say it would drop as soon as we started getting...
Well, this one says 3 hours ago, so I don't think that's real.
No, it's not.
It said, okay. It says July 18th, 1963, to whom it may concern, I have information that will lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. Signed, John F. Kennedy. Okay. So we still don't have anything.
Yeah. But do you think when it comes out, it's just going to be redacted all to hell? You know, just black mark through everything?
I don't know. I actually, part of me has faith that it's going to have, but there's thousands and thousands, 8,000 documents or something?
80,000, actually.
Oh, 80,000. Yeah, 80,000. So it's going to be a process of going through this stuff. You know, it's probably going to take days.
Well, it depends on what form they're bringing out, because if AI can read through it very quickly,
that's true.
like in seconds, I'm just saying.
I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it. If anything pops out, you know, it's not like we can decipher 80,000 pages in a 1-hour podcast, but we were anticipating that today.
Yeah, but with AI, they could put it in there and then ask it simply, who killed John F. Kennedy?
That's true. That's going to shave days off of
But what if
deciphering.
they say AI did, and they've been sentient all this time and we didn't know it?
You think AI unalived JFK?
Could have. Tried to unalive Reagan.
AI did?
Yeah. AI's been around a lot long. Dude, AI goes back to World War II. Don't get me started.
AI is wild, though.
It is.
Especially Elon's AI, the Grok. That stuff. Have you tested that out yet?
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
It is.
It's much better than Chat GPT.
Oh, Chat GPT.
I was just thinking, speaking of JFK, could you how history would have been different if it would have just grazed his ear and he would have ducked and the car would have just kept going and JFK would have lived through that? There wouldn't be a CIA right now.
I wonder if anybody has ever done. Actually, it would be good to get AI now that I'm AI's bitch, I guess.
Wait. So let's do this. Go to Grok on Twitter and let's say, what would America look like? Where's Grok? There it is. Type in, what would America look like if JFK had not been assassinated?
All right, this is wow.
And then throw that up on the screen for us, and let's see what it says. It says, imagining an America where JFK survived his assassination attempt on November 22nd, 1963, involves speculating on a cascade of political, social, blah, 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 blah. Kennedy, assuming he completed his first term and potentially won re-election in 64 against Barry Goldwater, might have deepened his focus on civil rights. His administration had already proposed what became the Civil Rights Act of 64, and a surviving JFK could have leveraged his political capital to push it through Congress earlier or more robustly, possibly tempering some of the racial unrest with people like Joe Biden that erupted later in the decade. I just put the Joe Biden part in there, but he wasn't there yet. Vietnam. Okay. So anyway, I think I was looking for something else, like he would have ended the Fed. You know, that's kind of what I was looking for.
That would have been awesome.
That's what I wanted. Anyway, he didn't survive.
No, he didn't make it.
He didn't make it. But so the official story is it was one shot to the dome, and where was the one shot of the official story? Where did that supposedly hit him?
The book suppository, didn't it?
Suppository.
Did it hit him in the suppository? Hit him in the rectum?
No.
Well, I think what happened was one got him in the throat first, one hit his upper back, and then there was the next one that came.
So the one that blew his face off had to have been from the back?
Or the
front?
There's two theories if you do the deep dives. Believe me, I've done this. One theory is they messed with the filming, and it's the actual driver of the car uses his left arm and then shoots him
I've
like
seen that one.
And then the other theory is the sewers on the right side of the car.
Yeah.
There's an opening in the sewers where you could actually have a rifle and somebody shooting from the sewer line, and supposedly 3 men went in the sewers and then did it that way from down low and up.
Because there's one where it goes into his back, through his neck or chest,
and he grabs.
And then it goes into, I guess was it the governor of Texas in the front seat?
Yeah.
Goes through his back and then breaks a rib, and then goes into his wrist, breaks his wrist, and then into his leg where it lodges. And when they take the bullet out of his leg, because he survived, the bullet was still almost completely intact, which would have been weird for a bullet to go through that many things and still
they call that the magic bullet theory.
It's a magic bullet. So, I don't know. I mean, it's got to be more than one shooter.
It's got to be.
But if these are government documents, I mean, if we're being transparent or being honest here, like, how much can we even trust these documents? Like, what is going to bring us to where we believe, in the anticipation of this, that these documents are actually going to tell us? Other than
good point.
You had the deputy press secretary for Trump, for Caroline Leavitt, who said that there were some shocking things in here. Apparently he's seen it. And so there's a lot of hype, including Donald Trump saying that it would be released today, as we all sit here waiting on it.
Dude, with everything I've looked at, the only thing shocking to me at this point is if they came out and said Oswald did it by himself. That would be very shocking.
I don't know, man. They need to cut it loose. Cut it loose. I'm going to keep checking
Don't
Twitter.
use no black ink on it either.
Why?
You cover all the names, all that redacting.
Oh, I say don't redact it. Yeah, we don't want redactions. So anyway, we'll see. I just hope we get it today, because Trump said we were going to get it today.
It's going to look real bad if he doesn't put it out today. I'll say that.
Yeah, well.
What if he waits till 11:59?
Well, then.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I mean.
He said the afternoon, so that should be anything after 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time, in my opinion.
But isn't anything after 6 p.m. technically afternoon? Isn't everything afternoon until 11:59 a.m. the next day?
Okay, Freud or whoever.
All right,
no.
I mean, technically, that's right.
Yeah, I guess you could argue that.
So we technically, he's not lying until noon tomorrow.
Oh, I think they wouldn't have said, quote, afternoon if it wasn't going to be after 6 p.m. because then I consider that tomorrow evening.
Yeah. I mean, and I would consider afternoon being like, from, let's say, 12 to 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Fascinating.
It is.
We are hoping, and this is still possible, but we don't know because I haven't heard back from him yet. But Alex Stein, I'm not going to call him our friend Alex Stein. I'm going to say our soon-to-be friend Alex Stein because we haven't officially met him yet. But he's supposed to come on the show. Well, he said he would, and so hopefully he does. For those that don't know Alex Stein, here's a prime example of him showing up. Now, I think the context of this, he is at some sort of woke, like, I don't know. It's like an AA meeting for liberals or something. I don't know what it is. But he is masked up, as you see. He's got the mask all the way on his face, and he's trying to warn everybody of the dangers of the C virus.
Elon Musk is single-handedly the biggest threat to our democracy. The idea that you could let little minions, peons, making under $30,000 a year without their blue check mark, tweet and say whatever they want against Joe Biden and Hunter Biden? No, that should not exist. When the New York Post posts factual information that Hunter Biden's laptop was real and had incriminating evidence before the election, and Twitter had the possibility of exposing that, but they suppressed it. Thank God. We need more information suppressed. And Elon Musk is not a homosexual, so he's going to make it less gay. It needs to be more gay.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
We need to change our logo to a rainbow bird.
Mandatory pronouns in bio.
That's already mandatory. You obviously don't work there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Elon Musk.
The guy on the left is not having it.
Elon Musk stank.
Yeah.
P.U. You smell awesome, Stardust. You smell very delicious.
That is a very strange comment, but I appreciate it.
You do smell like
Yeah, thank you.
That's good.
That's genius there.
Yeah, that's good, man. He's so funny. And he's got his TV show Primetime with Alex Stein on 6 o'clock. I think I've said this before. It's on the Blaze, and so that would mean his boss is like Glenn Beck. And I often wonder, like, how's Glenn Beck letting some of the stuff he does fly? You know, it seems like it wouldn't be Glenn Beck's cup of tea, but it sure is mine.
Well, Alex Stein's a pure gem. I got one question I can't wait to ask him, so I hope he comes on.
Which is about his mom, right?
Yeah, don't spill it all, but yeah,
Okay,
I can relate a little bit with this guy.
I want to know what his favorite color is, or his top 2 favorite colors. That tells you a lot about a person.
Really?
Yeah, see, mine is purple and green. It's power outdoors.
Okay.
I like to be outdoors powerfully. How about you?
No, let's go Tony first.
Tony, what are your 2 favorite
green,
colors?
2 favorite. Green's always been my favorite
Okay,
color,
that's the top.
but orange has kind of rub off on me lately the past few years. No, Andrew. I don't
That's
know.
right. So green and orange, he says.
Oh,
What does that mean?
that means he worships Satan outdoors.
Dang.
Yeah, because it's like it's like Halloween, the orange and green. I'm sorry, Tony.
Is green Halloween colors?
What's on top of a pumpkin?
I'm a
The
stem.
little green stem.
Yeah, but what else in Halloween is green?
Witches' faces.
Oh.
Frankenstein.
Okay,
I think you're
okay.
reaching there, Bert. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's
want to
enough.
change yours. That one sounded awful. Yeah, Easter. It's green outside, beautiful day, and there's an orange Easter egg.
How about that? So he's not worshiping Satan outdoors?
No, he's Easter time now.
Okay, Easter time.
He
And
looked
mine,
like he was gonna hit me.
I don't know what mine would be. Orange and white, I guess.
Oh God. Gee, let me think. Tennessee volunteers.
Well, I mean, I'm not 3 years old. I don't sit here and think about what my favorite colors are.
Trish didn't ask you what your favorite colors were.
I mean, maybe at one time she did.
Do you know what hers are?
Listen, let's not even get into that.
Oh, boy.
Well, let's not even get into that.
Don't let her watch this podcast. Oh boy.
If I had to guess, because again, I don't ever remember us talking about favorite colors. Probably red, not crimson,
Right.
but
Some
red.
good blood red. Good red-blooded American.
But she's so into interior decorating.
She likes the pastels and stuff, right?
Yes, and so she's got all these different fancy things that I don't really understand, from the paint on the wall to the furniture and the
Gotta be just
artwork, and it gets lost on me. So
Well, see, that's actually good for you because she likes all this wide array of colors. And she says, do you remember what my favorite color is? And you can say, well, it's like this beautiful cascade of colors.
yeah,
Look at how great our house looks, and just redirect, and she'll go, okay.
she ain't gonna fall for that.
No, probably
She
not.
ain't gonna fall
She'll
for
say,
that.
John Bird told you to say that, didn't he?
She one time when she was young, she painted her walls in her bedroom black and wrote in silver Pantera lyrics. She's
No,
big-
she did
I swear,
not.
I swear. She's a big Pantera fan.
Nice.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
never figure truth.
I like Pantera. It's all right.
I do too. I love some Pantera. I came across before we started this girl who works at a Mexican restaurant and had a group of MAGA supporters come into her Mexican restaurant, and wasn't her. She just works there, but
Right.
she wasn't having it. Like, she was very upset about it, and she immediately took to social media to tell the world that MAGA people aren't welcome to eat, not just at her restaurant, but to eat Mexican food in general. Like, as a Trump supporter, you should not be allowed to eat Mexican.
So I work at a Mexican restaurant, and last night I had a MAGA table come in, wearing the hat and everything.
Oh no.
And I just thought, why are you here? This is not for you. You don't get to enjoy these flavors in this cuisine that comes from a country whose people you're trying to kick out. This is not for you. Go home and eat some unseasoned chicken and green bean casserole like God intended. The fuck?
Okay.
Racist.
Should have had to drop the F-bomb at the end there too.
Yeah.
Man.
So, okay. So, unseasoned chicken. I've never had unseasoned chicken as a white MAGA supporter. But yeah, that's kind of dumb. I think Tony made this point earlier. Like, probably most of the stuff that restaurant is serving is American anyway. And all of our Mexican restaurants have been so Americanized.
Exactly.
Like, we don't even know what real Mexican food
we
tastes
couldn't
like.
handle real Mexican food. Our stomachs couldn't handle it.
Yeah, you gotta go. I mean, if you want to get close, you can go to a street taco vendor, like a food truck.
Yeah,
you could get some real Mexican food that way. But if you're going to El Cazador or Los, whatever,
Los Burros.
Los Borroselosos, then
That's a good one.
you will be eating Americanized food. But nonetheless, that's irrelevant because she doesn't care. Now, when I said that she worked at that Mexican restaurant, I meant to say she worked at that Mexican restaurant because she, after posting that on TikTok, everybody figured out where she worked and called her bosses.
Using this comment to say that the MAGA people got so angered by my video that they're literally trying to hunt me down. Every MAGA person watching this, okay, please listen carefully to my words. I don't work there anymore. I see you guys commenting the location of my job, the address of my job on all of my videos. I see it. I don't work there anymore. Commenting the name of my job. I don't work there anymore. They let me go because of my video, and that's fine. It's a restaurant. I'll get another job. But you guys are fucking insane and sick in the fucking head. You get so mad that someone tells you that a certain cuisine isn't for you that you're gonna try to dox someone and hunt them down at their job and make them and all their coworkers feel unsafe.
Unsafe.
Because I said that since you vote against Latinos, you shouldn't be able to enjoy Mexican food. I didn't even serve the MAGA table at my restaurant. They weren't my table. I didn't speak to them once. They didn't get bad service from me because I wasn't their server.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that makes
You guys
it okay.
can't watch a little video of me roasting MAGA on TikTok without getting your fucking panties in a twist? Are you dead ass?
Yeah.
I don't work there anymore. Please leave my job alone and leave my coworkers and managers alone.
No.
What is wrong with you people? Like, genuinely, what the like, are you sick in the fucking head? Get help. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I just love it.
Well, don't get on Twitter and act like an idiot. And
Free speech can come at a cost.
Because here's what happens. Now, I'm not for doxing anybody, but at the same time, if the roles were reversed, the left is in the business of doxing people.
Oh, yes.
And it's not, when I say dox, this is a different situation. They didn't dox her home address and all this stuff. They were simply saying, hey, she's the one talking about the Mexican restaurant she works at. She's telling us she's not invited. Well, we're just going to reach out and let them know that, hey, you got an employee that says we're not invited.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's hunting her. If somebody was hunting her down, she wouldn't be posting more videos, taking shots at the people that are allegedly hunting her down.
Yep.
She'd be in hiding.
Yeah, well, she seemed kind of pissed off,
But I thought it was interesting when she's talking and everything, but when she said Latino, she had to say Latino.
Right.
Latino.
It's like everything was,
That's an AOC move. They do that.
Yeah, it's all about
Latino.
the environment she's in. She's trying to get her point across. My favorite thing to do is to watch these people, and obviously this is a little, that one is a little delayed, if you will, but watching people react to Donald Trump winning the presidency. I came across the top 5 that somebody had put together, and I don't know that this is actually the best 5, but it's 5 good ones. So this would have been just in the days after November, what was the election on the 5th?
The 5th.
Yep.
November 5th. So this is probably November 6th.
Harris did not win.
Who won?
Trump. So I'm
Take a breath.
Yep. So today may look a little different at school. We currently are in a country where we get to choose.
Pause
right?
this real quick. Imagine flipping your kids out to the point that they're hyperventilating because of an election. Like, the kids shouldn't care either way at that age. I'm assuming they're probably 5 years old or so.
They're already halfway brainwashed.
Yes, they are.
You are setting that kid up for failure. Anyway, we can go back to it.
And people have different priorities. They have different values. Some people hear what he has to say and they don't believe him. And some people hear what he has to say and they believe him and they agree with him.
Are you sad?
I'm very sad.
And now you cry.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done with you and your mother and your sister. I'm just done with all of this.
That's my aunt. Oh.
He's got to make a statement.
I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up a motherfucking slave. I'm sorry. No!
Oh, yeah. That's the best.
No!
Okay.
Why would they post it? They've got to know.
Yeah, maybe they feel empowered by people that feel the same way they do. But I like the one saying, "I'm gonna wake up a slave."
Yeah. And you notice she was wearing like a bandana like the slave women wore back in the 1800s.
This just reminds me of business. We got to open up TDS centers.
Yeah,
like, seriously.
yeah. There's big money in that. Again,
Or I got an idea. We'll start a YouTube channel and we'll call it WTDS, and we'll show nothing but that.
Dude, I wonder if somebody already has those call letters. WTDS.
I don't know.
And what kind of station it is. Look that up real quick.
Here we go.
WTDS. WTDS.
Got to be News Talk. Come on.
Radio.
Put radio, television. Let's see. WTDS Radio Row. All right, so live TV, WTVS. Yeah, hit WTDS up top on the YouTube. Let's just play them real quick. This is
Yeah, I don't know how I.
it's a sports station.
Yeah.
The Ticket. 96.7 FM.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're
This is
located.
riveting.
But oh, it's the Ticket DFW, so that's Dallas Fort Worth. So WTDS is in Dallas Fort Worth.
Okay.
Interesting.
Darn it.
And it's a
They
sports
stole
station.
the name. We could have had that call letters there. So frustrating.
What about KTDS across the Mississippi? They do it out west.
True. Could do
But then what
KDTDS.
would K mean? I don't know. Let's bring it back on the road. Yeah, I'm off.
looking.
KDST is taken.
It's not taken.
Oh wait, that's a Grand Theft Auto radio station, so it's not even real.
It would have popped up at the top. So apparently KD. No.
Nope, it's free.
Yep.
We can do it.
There you go.
There we go.
Do you know, oddly enough, I was hired a few years ago to do commercials for the radio station on Grand Theft Auto.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Really?
I was hired to do 3 of them, and they paid like $700
For the actual game. Which game?
I don't. This was like 10 years ago, maybe.
Are you making this up?
No.
You are on the Grand Theft Auto radio stations for one of the games. Do you remember which game it was?
No.
Oh, we got to find out, dude.
I guess I could. I wonder if I've still got the script.
Well, the script ain't going to help us. I mean, there's a bunch
No,
of...
but I mean, with the script, I can find the date.
No.
With the date, I can see if I
Yeah,
found it.
because there's, I mean, one of the latest ones is Grand Theft Auto 5. So there's actually been variations. There's probably like 7 or 8 at the end of the day. But yeah, they all have their, a bunch of different radio stations, and each station has a DJ and a whole thing. Like, I used to love Vice City was so good because it was all this 80s music.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was really good because it had a lot of, it was like 90s music. It had rock. It had Rage Against the Machine on there.
Yeah,
and
that's
all
the
kind of
one I
stuff.
played the most. Was
Yeah.
San
Gosh, I don't
Andreas.
know if I could ever find the one that I did. But it's pretty cool. And I was like, man, they must love this. I can't wait for the new one to come out. And they never contacted me again, bastards. I did
That's
great work.
fascinating,
too.
though.
I would have loved. I would have loved to to have gotten into that.
Yeah,
doing that kind of stuff.
Just voice? Was it voice work? Is that all it was?
Oh no, I produced commercial effects. I
Really?
created the music.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. How did I not know that about you?
Oh, Andrew, there's so many facets of my life. I am such a genius. I'm an idiot.
Well, I knew that part.
Yes.
But
yeah.
They say when you get so smart and very, very intelligent, you realize you don't know squat. So maybe that's...
he's only a 62 because he's gone all the way up to the top and came back around and landed on 62.
There we go. Yeah, I like that.
Speaking of TDS, let's check in on Bill Maher and Don Lemon about MAGA being racist.
Let me ask you your opinion on this. Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary show. They did one thing. They did a sketch where Tom Hanks puts on a MAGA hat, so he's a Trumper, and then Keenan comes over to shake his hand, and he won't shake his hand.
Yeah.
And I said this on Fareed's show the other day. I found that's so old. I didn't vote for him. I get all the bad things about that administration, but if you think they don't shake black people's hands, it's just you're wrong. That's not who they are. Matt Gaetz shakes black people's hands. Kid Rock will shake your hand. It's just not helpful to think that half the country that's where they are. That's your
Still, you're a comedian. It's part of its comedy.
I understand.
But let's be honest. There's a huge faction of the MAGA movement that's really fucking racist.
That's a lie.
I wouldn't say huge. No, I'd say partly.
I would say huge.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have different perspectives.
I would say huge, and even if they're not, you have to overlook a lot of that in order to support Donald Trump, which I think is maybe even more egregious than just saying I'm a racist.
Oh, God.
What? How is it more egregious to say, I'm a big racist? Is that more egregious?
So he says a big faction. Maybe I would assume by that he means majority.
Well, yeah, that's saying it without saying it.
But again, we're talking about Don Lemon here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like we're dealing with some sort of intellectual being. We're dealing with somebody who's a race baiter and suffering from TDS.
It's just ridiculous. I go to all these events and you meet all these people around here and you meet lots of MAGA people. Not one time have I ever had a conversation about being right. You know, like, it just doesn't happen.
Not even like a racist joke. Like,
I don't even think I recall one time where anybody like dropped the N-bomb anywhere, you know?
Used to, when you were growing up, you know, you might have that uncle that said a racist joke here and there or something like that. But like that doesn't, you don't even hear that anymore. It doesn't even happen. I mean, maybe there's some stuff, you know, online where it's like they're making a funny joke, but they're taking shots at everybody. Like, that's comedy. But people just being outright racist, I mean, it's hard to come by these days.
But these people believe it. They're all brainwashed. I got a niece who doesn't want to visit here because she's afraid of being involved with a hate crime. You know? She actually said that to me, and she was serious.
Gosh.
Brainwashed.
Is that the one with the...
No, this is a different one.
Okay, it's not the one with the beard.
No, this one's my sister married somebody from like India, and then they had a child, and that's her. So she was worried about it for that reason.
Well, then I'm glad she didn't come and you brought her up here. There's no telling what she would have done.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, before I even moved here, I expected a totally different thing, and I was pleasantly surprised. I like it here.
It's nice.
It is.
It's nice this time of year with tornadoes and everything.
Oh, yeah.
What else on TDS? The View.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck Schumer was on The View, by the way.
Oh,
and
total.
You gotta listen. These guys, the Democrats right now are trying to figure out how to rehab their image because they're in such shambles. So they're trying to figure out, like, what direction do we go to get people back on board, because their approval rating is plummeting. I mean, it's literally falling through the floor, and they don't know what to do. So Chuck Schumer and Tim Walz and who else is in the mix? There's a couple more that are like, we're going to go around and we're going to start doing. I think Mark Kelly's one of them. They're going to start doing town halls in GOP districts. But before they do that, they've got to go on TV and talk about the issues and try to explain why their polling is so bad. And in doing that, Chuck Schumer decided to start making fun of the people he's trying to convince to get on his side.
And you know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or, I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, the land and water that I own, or my employees? They hate government. Government's a barrier to people, a barrier to stop them from doing things. They want to destroy it. We are not letting them do it, and we're united.
Yeah, we're united.
Oh, yeah.
Well, think about that. Think about, he's mocking you for wanting to keep your own money, take care of your own things, your land, your own water. Like, I don't get what you're trying to do there.
Well, he's been on the government teat all his life anyway, so he doesn't understand that. They don't understand what it's like.
Doesn't, like, that's a really bad strategy, because most people don't like being taxed. I don't know who he thinks he's talking to, but like, you're going to be hard pressed to find somebody that looks at their paycheck and says, "Oh, cool, the government took $500 out of my check this time." Like, nobody's doing that.
Well, I can tell you from a business owner standpoint, I wouldn't mind paying taxes if it all went to the right stuff.
Yeah.
At a lower rate. It's still too high.
Yeah.
You know?
So a little less, but send it to the right place. And if you send it to the right place,
that's the way it should be. That's the way it was originally designed to be.
And if you send it to the right place, you would be paying less. But instead, because it's getting wasted, you got to get taxed more.
Yeah, it should be like 15% in my opinion. But speaking of percentages, I woke up this morning and my phone said 24% because I forgot to charge it. And I actually thought about the Democrats' approval rating when I looked at my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Speaking of business owners, it's got to be tough being a liberal business owner. I got to imagine, right? Because you have to not only worry about the normal stuff like Tony does, which is, your normal payroll, people going on vacation, everything else, but you have to add in feelings, pronouns, triggers, mental health days. you have to have all these other things as a business owner that you have to implement because you got to practice what you preach. And that brings me to Ben & Jerry's ice cream. I talked about Ben & Jerry's yesterday on the radio, and first of all, I thought Ben & Jerry were gay. Were y'all not under the impression that the owners were gay?
I just thought that they were old hippies.
Oh, where did I get that? Where did I get that they were gay?
I don't know. Do they look gay? I don't
Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
They do? They don't look like old hippies?
No, they look like old gay people.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they've been lying. You know what? That's a big lie they shouldn't have been putting out there.
They're friends from middle school that started the business together. Okay. One of them went on the PBD podcast and was answering questions from Patrick Bet David, and he was kind of trying to get in his head as to why do you hate Donald Trump so much? Because it's no secret the owners of Ben & Jerry's have put their time and energy and money into supporting Democrats. They've made it clear they don't like Trump. They've never come out and said Trumpers can't eat our ice cream, but they probably feel that way deep inside. And I feel like watching this guy explain why he feels the way he feels is exactly the problem, which is he can't explain it. I want you to watch how uncomfortable this guy is with simple questions from the host of this podcast.
Isn't it? There's a very long list.
Yeah, see why he doesn't like Trump.
Yeah.
Did you vote for him? No. You voted for Kamala? Yeah. Did you vote for Biden? I think so.
Okay. Come on.
You voted for Biden. You think Trump would have stopped the war if he was president, but then you still voted for Kamala. What prompted you want to vote for Kamala over Trump, even though you know he could stop the war? In general, I think a big part of what I believe is that I think there's a real lack of compassion. I think there's a lack of honesty. Can you be specific?
No.
Is there an island involved?
You can't just say that and not give me specific. You got to be pretty specific. What do you mean by lack of compassion and dishonesty? Because Kamala Harris always tells the truth, and we know Joe does. Always. They never lie. But what do you think with Trump? I just think there's a long list of things that he's lied about that I don't have off the tip of my tongue.
Pause it. I want everybody to look at the scene here. So here he is, not being able to say why he doesn't like Trump with Donald Trump's signature behind him, Eric Trump's signature. Who else's signature is right there?
And what's with the bucket over there? Is that like to throw up in?
Yeah, because he's nervous.
Directly behind him, I believe, is where Alex Jones signed. Like where his head is.
But that really drive him crazy. There's Larry Elder's signature.
Carrie Lake. Yeah.
Carrie Lake. Yeah.
Ben Carson.
The bucket's probably got ice in it because he's got a thing of ice cream there beside him.
Ah.
So anyway, go ahead.
And I think, I believe strongly in racial justice, and I don't think that Trump does. Racial justice? Yeah. He was the first guy that did the prison reform that even Van Jones went and stood behind him crying, saying, I cannot believe this just happened. He did that. What, this was the first... Oh, yeah. You don't remember that?
Something.
Do you remember that or no? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I mean, if there's if there's anybody that's about the racial injustice side, it's Trump. It's not This is a guy that's done a very good job in that. But I want to know specific from your side. What is it? Because you're not when you're as successful as you are, you can't wing answers. You cannot wing answers. Now, let me tell you why you can't wing answers. Because how many? Like, if I was to check right now, Rob, can you go to ChatGPT? How many businesses in America went from $0 to $1 billion in revenue? Okay.
It sounds like me.
So if we go, how many businesses go from $0
Tony
to $1 billion?
Go to ChatGPT.
The exact number. Fast growing. I want to know how many total companies is what I want to know. Can you see that? How many total companies have gone from $0 to $1 billion in revenue? Okay. It's got to be a big number. I don't know if they have the number or not. It's got to be a lot of them. Okay. You build the #1 ice cream company in America. Yeah, you can say luck. You're very creative. Just right now you did that. Your mind is a creative mind to come up with certain things. You can't just say lies and certain things and not be specific. I guess maybe the question is better to ask you the following way. Who inspired you politically when you were younger? Like, who was your hero when you were a kid?
Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King?
Of course it was.
He was your hero?
Yeah.
Why was he your hero?
Because he was fighting for justice and, fighting for people who had been oppressed and screwed. And
he's screwed.
And he was...
This guy doesn't seem very brilliant
really
to me.
Inspirational leader.
He was an inspirational leader to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Who else? Was there a book that you read? Was there something that influenced your politics? Did you read Communist Manifesto?
No.
You've never read Communist Manifesto? I've read the book.
How is it?
You've never read it?
No.
Ben.
What can I say?
Okay, all right. Well, listen, you're missing
read
out,
what you
buddy.
read. I was probably reading ice cream books.
I think if you read Communist Manifesto, you may go to communism. I mean, you're one step away from socialism. But
okay,
was there?
Was that not uncomfortable?
Oh.
Or Ben or Jerry, whichever one that is.
That's Ben Dover.
Yeah. Bend over, Jerry.
Bend over, Jerry. Yeah.
Boys.
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
To be like a billionaire like that guy seemed like a complete dumbass to me.
Well, yeah, in order to run a business, you don't even necessarily have to be a well-spoken person, although that would be very beneficial.
Yeah.
But you can't be just a complete dumbass, because the only two answers he gave was, one, I don't think he's for racial justice, and I'm for racial justice. And the other one, this is just two out of all the questions he asked. The other one was, who did you look up to growing up? Martin Luther King. Why? Because he stood up for people that got screwed. Racial justice. And it's like, even the question of like, did you vote for Biden? And he's like, I think so. Like, what? There's something
that guy's
deeper.
been swimming in the pool too long, and I guarantee he isn't running anything over at Ben & Jerry's and hasn't for well over a decade.
Maybe he's the creative one.
No, he just signed up at the beginning, created the first few, got it going, sold out, cashed in, broke down.
Yeah. That dude's a 60.
These people are so disconnected with what's really going on that's why they act like that, because they can't answer anything.
Well, I think that one's a little more deeper than just your average dumbass liberal. I think he's like extra dumbass. I think he was. I think the left had take advantage of this poor 62 and just slapped their causes on his back and said, "Hey, you're gonna carry our mantle." But I would have told him, hey, you're going to carry our mantle. Just don't talk to anybody. Definitely don't go on a damn podcast.
Yeah, don't do any more interviews.
No more interviews.
Have you ever had their ice cream?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I can't afford it. Good Lord.
Is it expensive?
Yeah. It's like $12 for a pint. I'm like, come on, dude. Give me great value.
Well, listen, it's like, when you get an ice cream and it put a stamp on it, say made by a special needs guy, you're like, oh, well, contribute to the cause.
Andrew,
I mean, I'm just saying.
You saying he's a 62?
I'm saying it's like a fundraiser, and fundraiser things are a little more expensive because you're contributing to a good cause, and you're trying to maybe pay for the 62's trip to Disney World or something.
Dude.
Maybe that's why it's so expensive.
Oh, man.
I'm going to give me a shirt, a football jersey.
62. That, by the way, anytime you do a customized jersey or anything that involves a number, I don't care if you're doing a marathon or what, make sure your number is 62.
You know what? Next year
is the 62.
Well, I mean, 62, but still.
No, we should make that your big birthday bash here on the podcast.
Yeah.
62 years old.
62, yeah. I won't say it. You can put it up on the screen with your fancy, internet magic or whatever you want, or have dancing, I don't know, flamingos or whatever.
You can say whatever you want. It's your birthday.
That's right.
We'll call you 62. You call yourself 62. Okay, moving on. Speaking of dumbasses, let's keep going with the dumbassery, shall we?
Okay.
No choice anymore.
And also speaking of bend over, this transgender this transgender senator out of Delaware, ironically it's Delaware, it's Joe Biden's home state, Sarah McBride, whose name was like Sean McBride or something, I don't know. She last week got up to the podium at a press conference and said that Republicans are the ones that are weird.
I appear to live rent-free in the minds of some of my Republican colleagues. I wish that they would spend even a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me, thinking about how to lower the costs for American families. I wish they would spend a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me, figuring out how to make government actually work better, rather than making it work worse in order to prove that government can't work. They are obsessed with culture war issues. The Republican Party is obsessed with culture war issues. It is weird and it is bizarre.
Oh.
And the American people deserve serious legislators, serious elected officials who are focused on bringing people together to deliver real results for the American people. Not to play games.
We did.
And not
That's
to
what we
engage in
got.
schoolyard taunts.
Okay. So the one that's tucking his penis between his legs and pretending to be a girl is saying that we're the one that are worried about social issues.
And she lives rent-free in all our heads.
Right. So I think, and again, we all kind of come from the same arena or line of thinking, I guess, when it comes to transgender adults. Like, that's perfectly fine if that's what you want to do and you're not affecting anybody else's life. All right, we're all on that same page.
Yep.
But it doesn't mean we can't think it's not weird, or we can't make, because if we can make fun of that 62 that runs an ice cream company, I can make fun of a transgender person, right? Like, you're not immune. Just because you tuck your wiener doesn't mean you're immune from getting made fun of or being called weird. That's all I'm saying. It's actually equality is what that is. I'm treating you equally.
But wait, now, did it get its wiener cut off, or is it like duct taped?
I think it's probably duct taped.
Duct taped?
I don't think, most of these people that I think, one, they're doing it for attention, and two, they're not brave enough to actually cut it off. But then there are some people that do.
But does that, see, this is where it gets weird. Are they lesbian? Are they straight?
I think in order, if you're with a guy, if you're Sarah McBride and you're with a guy, if you want to be known as straight, you got to cut your wiener off.
Exactly.
And create
because there's only so many places that the rocket ship's going to fit.
Right. You got to get sock puppet plastic surgery or something.
So you got a man dressed as a woman that's in Congress that's telling our side that we're trying to run a culture war.
And that we're weird and bizarre.
Man, that's just something.
Talk about weird and bizarre. Just that comment's weird and bizarre.
Jeez.
I tell you what. Let's take a look at those on the left, and let's see who really is weird and bizarre. Let's start with the state of Oregon's Mental Health Advisory Board. It includes a member who identifies as a turtle. Okay?
Oh, my God.
That's all right. That's strike number one. Oregon's Health Authority, the state agency responsible for shaping mental health policies, has welcomed a new advisory board member who identifies as a turtle. During a recent meeting at the OHA's Consumer Advisory Council, J.D. Holt, who also goes by J.D. Terrapin on Facebook, proudly announced that her preferred pronouns include they, them, and turtle. She says during a virtual meeting in December, she said, quote, "Hello, everybody. It's JD. I use they, them, and turtle for my pronouns."
I like turtles.
I go, hey, wait, is that a video? Was that a video of her? It's Rumble, so it's going to give you a couple ads, but you just mute them out and we'll skip them. All right, so we're actually going to see the self-identifying turtle here.
Now, here's the question. Is she going to look like a turtle?
Let's see.
A turtle?
Oh, yeah, she definitely looks like a turtle.
That one?
Yeah. Pause it, back it up, and then put it on the big screen, and let's see what this turtle sounds like.
Hello, everybody. It's JD with turtle and pronouns. Pronouns are turtle and they, them. Hello, everybody. It's JD. I use they, them, or turtle for pronouns. Hello, everybody. It's JD, they, them, and turtle for pronouns in the Springfield, Eugene area.
Oh, my God.
She looks a little bit like my former turtle, Felipe.
She does. She's got a little
enough.
Felipe. You know who she looks like? Do y'all remember the 1,000-Pound Sisters show?
Yes.
It was it Amy Slayton and what was the sister's name?
Tammy? No.
Tammy, yes.
Yeah,
Amy and Tammy. And
Can't believe I knew that.
Because they used to listen.
Wife watches the show. Okay.
And they used to have a YouTube channels where they started, and Trish used to watch it. Not that she was making fun of them, but she'd watch it, and they'd always say, "All right, make sure you like and subscribe." And we had this inside joke saying subscribe all the time. But you would watch maybe some of their cooking videos, and you'd see roaches crawling across the cabinets and stuff like that. It was real nasty. You know that's happening at her house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's like,
I wonder if she has friends. In other words, i.e. turtles.
No, she's probably got that one kid who said he likes turtles.
Yeah.
Probably married to him. I mean, he's got to be of age right now, right?
Probably so.
Oh, yeah.
And I bet her house is full of turtles.
All right, let's do one more.
Okay.
One more weirdo on the left, okay?
All right, let's bring it.
Washington State City Council appoints trans OnlyFans content creator with cannibalism fetish to fill vacant seat.
Oh, my.
It just gets better and better. All right, let's see. A transgender OnlyFans adult content creator who has a cannibalism fetish was unanimously appointed to fill a vacant seat on the Linwood City Council in Washington State. Jessica Ann Roberts, 32, born Neil Vincent Roberts, has posted on social media about having an uncontrollable desire to impregnate women and eat them.
That's disturbing.
On Monday, the Democrat-run city council selected Roberts over an Army combat veteran and Amazon program manager, Robert Lutweiler, to fill the vacancy. The Linwood Times was the first to report about Roberts' history as a sex worker. Okay, so they picked this over an Army combat vet.
You know,
and we're the weird ones.
It ticks me off because, as everybody knows, I'm on OnlyFans. But what I do is respectable. That's giving OnlyFans.
Yeah, you don't have a cannibalism fetish.
No.
All right, let's keep going with this story. So it says, Roberts had an OnlyFans account under the username JobRoberts1501, which included 12 videos and 63 photographs of sexually explicit content. According to the account bio, Roberts is described as a bisexual trans woman with itty-bitty titties and a big girl cock.
Oh, God.
Well, there it is.
Oh.
And it says you can subscribe for free. How about that?
What was that saying? The itty bitty titty committee.
Yeah.
When you were a kid.
I'm not going to repeat that last part. I shouldn't have said it in the first place, but you can read it right there.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Come have a fun time with me.
God.
All right, keep going. It said Roberts has since deactivated the OnlyFans account after the paper disclosed the matter on Monday night. In a statement to the Linwood Times, Roberts said the OnlyFans account was created to make a little cash on the side and increase self-confidence. Quote, the reason the account was taken down was because I do not want to waste taxpayers' money or the council's time watching this turn into a debate on whether or not it's socially acceptable for me to have an account. Sex workers live, work, and pay taxes in their municipalities, counties, and state and federal government while also contributing to their communities every day in ways not related to work. They absolutely deserve the opportunity to represent their communities just as much as anyone who works in any other job across our city.
Oh, boy.
But we're weird and bizarre. Just keep that in mind.
I'm going to have to take a shower after this. This is just
Yeah, I do feel kind of gross, too.
nauseating.
Anyway, that's probably enough. I think we need to wrap this up, actually.
Yeah.
This show got kind of weird, kind of fast. Tony Gump, final words.
Final words. I want JFK Files, and I want them now.
We want them now. We want them now.
Yeah, I've been wanting them since I was a kid. My mom used to talk about it all the time. She thinks the CIA did it. We'll see if she's right. I think she is. And plenty of water, meat, sunlight, and sleep, and stay positive.
John Bird, final words.
I'm very disappointed. I bought on Amazon a dehumidifier. The problem was I should have bought a humidifier. My skin is dry. I can barely sing. I have no mucus in my membranes. And now Amazon will not take it back.
Why?
No, I don't know.
Does it smell like beef and cheddar again?
That was my first thought.
Yeah, pretty much. But know what you're talking about. It's depository, not suppository, when you're talking about JFK. And it's humidifier, not dehumidifier. So it's very important that you pay attention, something I don't do very well. And I'll be the first to admit it.
And also remember that Amazon has changed their return policy, which makes it much more difficult to return.
Yes, it does. But you know what? They're not going to get one over on me. I'm going to keep doing it until I dry up into a mummy. So dehumidify, humidify, I don't care. You know what? Just screw this. Drink water and eat meat.
And release the JFK Files. And they might have already done it just now, just saying.
That's right. All right. Thank you. We should give a shout out to the Bubba Army, which may have their hands on this as well. And Alex Stein, call me, buddy. We want you on the show.
Yes.
We'll hopefully be doing that.
Love you long time.
In the next couple days. Until then, see you, cuz.